Yo, what is up, everybody, and welcome back to another Madden 21 online CFM game. We are now just exiting the PML offseason. The year 2022 is about to begin in the Premier Madden League, and our Detroit Lions made a lot of moves that we are going to be going over throughout this video. So what you guys are seeing right now is footage from our preseason week 1 matchup against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Of course, the way Madden works, you get the same preseason schedule every single year. So, you know, we're always going to face the Bucs week 1, and then I believe it's Washington week 2, and yada yada. So anyways, who is that at quarterback? Is that really Cam Newton? And who is this at running back accidentally celebrating? We got a lot of new places, or new faces in new places. Who is Samuel? Did we bring anybody back from last year's team? We missed the playoffs and we blew it up completely? Well, not quite. We still have Ty Johnson in the fold. You see Amon-Ra St. Brown is still on the field. We still got a lot of returning guys. We're using Jeremiah Moon right now, who gets beat over the top by O.J. Howard. The pass coming from the first quarterback taken off the board in this year's draft, Sam Howell. And now the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they have their Tom Brady replacement, and he is balling right now. So you'll definitely notice that there are a lot of different guys on this team from last season. So we're going to be going over that throughout this video, what we did in the offseason, how our draft went. You guys know how it goes. But first things first, I just want to whet your appetite a little bit, right? Show you a little bit of this preseason action going on. You see Amon-Ra St. Brown, who is definitely poised to have a big second year on this team as he continues to develop. He became a superstar in year 1. What could sophomore St. Brown do for us? So yeah, now let's go into some of the moves we made, starting off with how we got Deebo Samuel. We didn't sign him, we actually traded for him. So Deebo Samuel, in a contract year, ends up being moved from the San Francisco 49ers to our Detroit Lions. In exchange, Marvin Hall is gone, serviceable wide receiver for us for the first couple of years in the CFM, as well as Jacob Eason, who was our backup plan in case Matt Stafford really regressed, or, you know, Stafford completely fell off of a cliff. We traded for Jacob Eason, at least as a solid backup, but the Niners wanted him, so, I mean, hey, Deebo Samuel's on the block. Let's pick him up. That's a great number 3 wide receiver to pair up with Kenny Golladay and Amon-Ra St. Brown. Wide receiver depth, we were very top-heavy in that last season, so I think we have 3 really good guys going into this campaign, along with TJ Hawkinson, who is already under contract for this season, but we have a chance to add a 5th-year option for season 4, next season of this CFM, and I think it's a no-brainer to accept this one because the franchise tag, or the 5th-year option for the tight end, it should be pretty cheap compared to most positions. We'll pick this one up, and then season 5 we'll negotiate his contract. I don't know if we have to negotiate, or in the middle of season 4. Either way, that's way down the road. We have TJ Hawkinson locked up for a little bit, and we definitely got this offense really, I wouldn't say rebuilt, but retooled more than anything else. So you see Hawkinson is gonna be making a little under 9 mil, so that's definitely good for us. And yeah, I'd say our offense is almost reshaped. But how do we get Cam Newton on the team, right? Well, let's go into that right now. Cam Newton, as you guys know, has been on the New England Patriots for the past couple of seasons in this CFM, but we traded away, wait for it, as you guys see some of our rejected contracts. We did re-sign our punter. We didn't make many moves in the offseason because our salary cap didn't allow us to make moves, but what we did was we made trades and we shipped away Matt Stafford. Whoa, hold on just a second. Wasn't Matt Stafford the guy? Where'd he go? So, I just decided that, Cam Newton was on the chopping block. The Patriots were trading him away. Cam is on a 1-year deal. He is on a franchise tag, so the Patriots signed him and traded him away. They had Matt Stafford as, I believe, a backup for Felipe Franks. We also had to ship away DeMario Davis in the deal, but we got back Dante Hightower. That's a bit of a wash right there. Neither guys really producing the way they did at the front ends of their career. And then we also had to trade away a mid-second round pick. I believe that's the pick we got from the Justin Coleman / Kevin Zeitler trade that we did with the New York Giants that ended up being gone. So we still have a 2nd round pick for the draft, as you see Stevenson making the catch right there. So yeah, I decided, let's just shake some things up. Let's just have some fun. Let's see if having a more mobile quarterback can add a different element for our offense. Not that Stafford was playing bad or anything like that, but I think it's worth the risk to have some fun, right? So it's a small price to pay. It's really a second-round pick for having some fun. The Davis for Dante Hightower swap really didn't mean much. We did end up with a slightly better player, but it's not really too big of a deal. As you see, Tyrod Taylor in the game. We have the backups in for the rest of this preseason action, and that includes our backup quarterback, Tyrod Taylor. We just traded away both our starter and our backup from the end of last season. So we got to get somebody to play. Obviously, Cam is in there, but, you know, Tyrod is not really that good of an overall. We decided to put him in there. Why not? That's D. Brown with the interception? Or, no, Trey Brown with the interception. Second-year cornerback Trey Brown will take that. And after we finish up with this game, we'll go into some of our top draft decisions. So in the meantime, you can see Tyrod Taylor kind of has this offense cooking, right? And there's a lot of different running backs out here and no sign of DeAndre Swift. Well, spoiler alert, DeAndre Swift did not get traded. I just decided that didn't really make much sense for us to play DeAndre Swift in the preseason. Plus, we may have drafted a running back, or maybe more than that, as we have Thornton downfield for the touchdown. Who is this guy? Balling downfield, making the catch. All right, now let's go into the draft as we pretty much wrap up the first half of that preseason game, and let's see how our draft unfolded. So one of the top needs for us has been the cornerback position, especially since we traded away Desmond Trufant and Justin Coleman, aging guys. Trey Dean was actually on our board, the top guy, and then the New York Giants took him. So this is a cornerback-heavy draft. There have already been a couple of cornerbacks taken in this one, but we still have our shot at a couple of big names, including Josh Jobs and Michael Wright. So we're going to look at the 40 times and the combines and the height, all that stuff to make our decision. As you guys see, our draft board, there's really three guys up here: Wright, Josh Jobs, and Marco Wilson out of Florida. Wilson, not too fast. We're not going to look at him. It's really between Jobs and Michael Wright. And I mean, you guys might already know who we picked based on some of the gameplay I showed you, but yeah, we also have a couple more running backs on the board. We got wide receiver, we got a safety. So you see there's a couple of options for us, but cornerback was really the position I was targeting. This is the position I wanted to get in the first round from the jump in the offseason. And we ended up drafting Michael Wright, and he's got pretty solid physical stats out here. He's, 5'11", 93 speed. Already coming with some pretty good man coverage. The zone, definitely going to be a work in progress. The press is a work in progress. The play rec is a work in progress, but he is a rookie, and I think we'll have a decent chance of developing him. And as always in the drafts in this league, everybody starts off with normal development. They end up getting their the development, I forget what it's called, but either way, it's like the star and superstar and all that. It's revealed after the preseason. There's like this crazy tool. I showed it before in a video, so I don't know if I did it last offseason or just last time, like with the Dolphins, but I did show that tool. I'm not gonna show it this time, kind of have it on deck right now. But yeah, it's a pretty cool process of how they decide who becomes star, superstar, and all that. The commissioner runs an entire season in NCAA 14, all the teams, all the players, and makes the custom draft class, and their star, superstar, and all that status is based on a bunch of stuff: college, where they got drafted, their preseason, mainly college stuff. So you guys see we drafted, I believe, the LSU running back John Emery Jr. Hello, right on cue. Run your way into the end zone, John Emery. So running back, I believe, is a position of need for us. At least a running back that can run between the tackles and run tough. The closest thing we have to that is Jeremiah Moon puts Scotty Miller on his backside and potentially on a stretcher. Yeah, so the closest thing we have, like an in-between tackle runner, is Ty Johnson, and he's not really that tough inside there, but he's a better option than DeAndre Swift. So Swift is still an amazing receiving back for us, but now John Emery kind of gives us that 1-2 punch, right? Because I don't think Swift can really handle the huge loads, but if we manage his snaps and, split the carries, maybe like a 60-40, Swift gets the 60, Emery gets the 40 or something like that, or even a 70-30. I don't know, but that gives us multiple options, and I like having multiple options at the running back position anyway, so makes it fun for us, as we still would like to target another cornerback in the draft. That would still be nice, because besides our Warrior, who kind of fell off at the end of last season, and of course our superstar X Factor Jeff Okudah, we don't have many options at the cornerback spot. We got Michael Wright, but I'd like to get one more since our Aurier is an impending free agent, and it's TBD, you know, how contract situations go. That all depends on cap and all that, and how our Aurier plays going into this season. He's been a great hero for, you know, the first couple of years of our not so talented Detroit squad, but you know, at some point, we got to start thinking with our brain and not with our heart, right? So, 3rd down and 5. That's going to be intercepted. Tyrod Taylor trying to squeeze it into the corner there, and that's going to be picked off by Carlton Davis. That's just the lack of throw power from Tyrod more than anything else. He has like 84 throw power, so throwing outside the numbers in Madden, like somebody with 84 throw power, you got to keep in mind, like, nobody's got Gunslinger in these CFMs either, like they have in Mutt. It's a disaster. So, yeah, that's going to happen as we have John Emery up the middle. Emery's having a pretty solid game, and a lot of these are inside runs. I mean, this is preseason. He's going against backups of the Buccaneers, but you have to like what you're seeing if you're a Detroit Lions fan about what the kid is bringing to the table. 12 rushes, 121 yards, and here comes Thornton once again. This guy's having one heck of a game. We have our receivers pretty set, but I did mention that Deebo Samuel is an impending free agent, and he's not a guarantee to sign for us. If Deebo wants too much money, he's not playing too well, I can't say we're going to bring Deebo back. But, I mean, we did trade for Deebo in the hopes that we can bring him back. But, of course, we didn't really give up much to get Deebo, considering we shipped off Jacob Eason, who's not really in the plans. As that was me laddering the ball right there. I was just goofing around at the end of this one. So, we're just going to run it one more time here with Emery. I would normally need it in this situation, but it's preseason, so I just had to give the kid one more touch. And didn't really kind of mess up his stats at the end there. You got tackled for like a loss of 4, but it's all good. We end up winning the game. I mean, obviously, that doesn't really matter in preseason, but I think what did matter is the fact that some of our young guys played well. We had Michael Wright get an interception. We had Deebo get a couple of catches. Monroe St. Brown did well, and obviously we mentioned what John Emery did quite enough. So, offensive line, not really a position that we need to target, so we didn't really worry about offensive line in the offseason or in the draft. We kind of have our 5 set up between Taylor Decker, Myers, Zeitler, Ragnow, and Jonah Jackson. So Jonah Jackson's the only one, you know, a little bit of a question mark, but he's still serviceable, especially compared to like most offensive lines in the league. Our Lions actually have one of the better fronts out there. Defensive line, speaking of in the trenches, our D-line also pretty solid. We have Trey Flowers, Deshaun Hand, and Julian Okwara up there. We actually re-signed D. Ford. I don't think I showed that, but yeah, we did re-sign D. Ford, who actually became a superstar after the Pro Bowl week. For literally no reason. It was just one of those random Madden things. He didn't do well or anything. He just became a superstar. So, naturally, we had to franchise tag him because he wanted too much money. You know, the superstar status got in his head. So, that's why D. Ford's got a star under him, just to explain that. And then Will Harris also became a superstar. So, Will Harris, of course, the Defensive Player of the Year from last season, as Monroe St. Brown actually makes that catch. Man, oh, man. We tried a little tricky stuff with Cam Newton right there, trying to run some of the offense that we ran with Taysom Hill. Primarily last season, so yeah, that's of course, now that we have Cam Newton, we don't have to run Taysom Hill gadget plays. It's like, you know, we don't have to bring Taysom Hill into run gadget plays, I should say. We have Cam Newton. Cam can do it all. He can throw the ball well. Right here, Deebo Samuel up the seams to about the 4-yard line, and then Cam, you know, if we run quarterback draw or something, quarterback power, Cam can do that as well. Monroe St. Brown making the catch. He's got the touchdown on the bubble, a nice 10-0 lead early, and of course Washington, their team that made the Super Bowl last season. They are the defending NFC Conference champs. So, not that it really matters in preseason, but it is nice to be playing well against them, right? Especially after the way we got blown out in the regular season last season by Washington. Before the game disconnected, it was still a blowout, but yeah, it's nice to show that we made some improvements with our Detroit Lions team. As 4th down and 1. Cam gonna run this ball? Cam gonna run this ball, John Emery gonna run this ball? You don't really know. It's gonna be Emery. He'll get the first down. Once again, we're not gonna, you know, bring DeAndre Swift on the field. Want to get the young guys some touches. I want to protect Swift as we move on to the 3rd round of the draft. So, like I mentioned, that 2nd round pick that we got from the Giants, that is gone, traded away. So we move to the 3rd round, and cornerback still, like I said, still a position of need for us. I like to get at least one more guy. Can't guarantee that he'll be starting, but, you know, he could find himself, you know, some rotation touches if we come out some dime or something like that. So we're looking at Eric Stokes out here, and we end up picking the cornerback out of Georgia, 6'1", good height, 91 speed. That's solid. Not great. Like, that's like, I feel like with Michael Wright had 93, that's a little better. But like I said, this is more of a project cornerback. We'll see if Stokes can work his way into the rotation. But for now, he's just a really raw talent, not much coverage skills. So it'll be surprising if he starts week 1, but you know, never know what can happen. So we move to round 4 now, where position. Not really any crazy positions of need right now, right? We have wide receiver covered. We just got quarterbacks. We just drafted a running back. Offensive line we covered as well. D-line, pretty decent. Linebacker, I think we could still use 1 or 2 more linebackers, right? We got Jeremiah Moon last year, and he was pretty solid for us. We actually ended up drafting Jamie Sherwood, and not with safety in mind, but more so linebacker. This guy, he is built like a linebacker, man. Look at some of these stats. 72 block shed. He's got like high block shed, like highest strength amongst any safeties in the league. Like, he could be box safety / sub linebacker potential for us. So that's definitely intriguing, and yeah, I think Sherwood can find himself some snaps in the regular season for us if he balls out in the preseason. I believe he had the big hitter trait, so that helps as well as far as, you know, really plugging up those gaps and making people pay. So definitely you gotta love those traits, right? Anybody with like big hitter and stuff like that, you get a pass rusher, you want to make sure they got all the pass rushing attributes, right? All the traits. So we want to make sure we pay attention to that. So that's one thing we don't know what dev these guys are, but at least we know that they got some good traits to them. As whoa, Gerald Everett making the catch. Dwayne Haskins, nice throw right there. We fast forward to a 3rd and goal, midway in the 2nd quarter. Starters still in. It's week 2, so starters in for the first half, and Gerald Everett in the end zone for the touchdown. Cam with the shovel. It's gonna be Beal Smith. Yeah, we still haven't gone over everybody we drafted yet, so some of these names that are a little interesting, we'll find out soon, as TJ Hawkinson makes the catch in traffic, and TJ Hawkinson all the way for the 56-yard touchdown. That's gotta be the longest touchdown preseason, playoffs, regular season that TJ's had for us. Whoa, more making that catch. Ooh, Michael Wright, gotta work on your ball skills a little bit, Rook, because that was a play that he could have made right there. That was, I believe, near Eric Stokes. That's not really his responsibility, though. That's just slot up the middle. That was bad coverage by us. Sean Emery with some fantastic stick work out here, juking, spinning, doing it all. Cam is gonna be down right here. I believe that is gonna be Chase Young off the edge, bringing them down. So that's the end of the first half, and now the backups are in here, so you guys can see some of, you know, we still have a lot of our rookies in here, so we'll let them go to work. And then we have Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill is still on the roster, and Taysom Hill, he's competing with Tyrod Taylor right now to see who could be the backup quarterback for this team. It's a legitimate battle in training camp, and there's a chance that there's a good chance. If Taysom Hill plays well, he'll be our backup, and Tyrod's going to have to hit free agency as, whoo, Taysom Hill. I mean, he kind of threw a hospital pass, but this dude Thornton, man, we still have not finished with the draft, and we got to find out who this guy is. He seems like a first-round draft pick, hanging on to catches like that, as the Washington football team has Kyle Allen in the game, and Kyle Allen definitely got a noodle arm, not good in Madden, but, you know, in preseason he might be able to throw some dimes and some ducks. That was definitely a duck right there, as Taylor Britt gets the interception, and I tried so hard to get a touchback there, but Madden sucked, so it didn't happen. As I believe my opponent accidentally ran commit here, so this is going to be a 99-yard touchdown pass. We'll take it. That definitely wasn't anything special, but sure, why not? Preseason, everybody's working out the kinks, as in the corner, our Warrior there for the interception. Our Warrior getting some second half snaps out here as we now conclude the rest of our draft. In round 6, after taking a running back in round 5, I didn't really like the running back we got, to be completely honest. So we draft one more guy, one more running back, late round pick. We're just throwing darts out here, and this guy, I'll tell you what I like about him, right? 91 speed, that's okay, but he has 88 break tackle, I believe, or 89 break tackle. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. This guy, you know, maybe in a year he could be a nice rotational piece for us. I don't know how many touches he'll get in his rookie season, but, you know, these are a couple of good running backs we're getting, and this is like, you know, territory where we're good on running back. I don't think we need to really draft like running backs for the rest of the CFM, right? Or worry about that. I think we're putting ourselves in a good position with Swift, with Ty Johnson, with John Emery, and with Christian Beal-Smith as far as running back. And finally, here's the guy. Here's Thornton, Tyquan Thornton. The name of the game. He's out of Baylor. He's 6'3". He's one of those Baylor receivers, one of those freakish athletes. Not too fast, 90 speed, but huge frame, and definitely that catching rating, it might be 99. I don't know what they're saying, the way that guy's playing. So now let's hop into the fourth quarter of this one, wrap this up. Now that we pretty much covered all of our moves, so a couple of plays from this final quarter as we look to take the W here as Kyle Allen. Oh my gosh, we just got dunked on by Jordan. Okay. That was definitely a dicey pass by Kyle Allen to a wide open guy, and then a weird catch that probably should not have been a catch. So Washington trying to make a game out of this somewhat on 4th down and 10. Kyle Allen about 20 yards behind the line of scrimmage. This smells a recipe for disaster, and it is. I don't know why Will Harris is in the game. We definitely need to get this guy out of here, and we definitely need to not be doing any of that. Can't be risking Will Harris getting hurt. I mean, I guess that's preseason XP, but not really much else. As Thornton again. Okay. I mean, if we run 4 wide receiver sets, I think Thornton has earned himself some snaps as Ari Warrior makes the interception. I gotta say, Ari Warrior is kind of playing deep. Not bad as like a deep safety kind of guy for us, right? Like we could kind of mix Ari Warrior instead of like as a slot guy. Maybe put him a little bit more like, you know, as a rangy kind of guy as Will Harris. I don't know why he's in the game, but we'll just sit down, Will. Don't get hurt. We'll take a knee. We'll get out of here. We'll take our win and wrap up preseason. So week 3 and week 4 to preseason, I did not end up playing those games. I mean, the opponents were not around. So what I could have played the CPU. Don't want to play the CPU. Don't care to play the CPU. So yeah, as you guys see the stats, we're going to wrap this one up. Emery, not too much of a huge game. This Washington front was, you know, pretty dominant, and then Emery didn't really get much second half snaps. Otherwise, you guys see, it's just the Tyquan Thornton show out here. In 2 games, the man got 6 touchdowns and about like 250 yards. So, yeah, it's just, I mean, it could just be preseason, right? Could just be preseason. This guy went against backups 2 times in a row. Hard to say what he'll do against starters, but yeah, just a name to keep in mind as we go into the regular season. As you see, I believe we had 6 interceptions in this one. We also drafted Taylor Britt. I don't know if I went over that. Along with Jamie and Sherwood, we got Taylor Britt as another guy that could potentially be like a sub linebacker, box safety kind of guy. Will Harris and Tracy Walker are safeties, but you know, it doesn't hurt to have depth. It doesn't hurt to have more options and make your team more versatile. And I think that's one thing we really did in the draft is added a lot, and the offseason was added some versatility. And we'll see, man. Can Cam Newton lead this team to greatness in Season 3? Was it the right decision? All of that we'll have to find out next time as we get ready for Week 1 against the Green Bay Packers one more time. So leave a like on the video if you guys enjoyed what you guys saw today. If you guys enjoyed this off-season video, subscribe for more Madden 21 franchise gameplays, and I will catch you guys next time for the 2022 regular season debut.